Well, all right then. It's Thursday, March 25th. Let's see what's going on. Well, as predicted, we've had two mass shootings, quote-unquote mass shootings, in the last 2 or 3 weeks. We had a guy with a sex addiction go into a Asian massage parlor and shoot up everybody. It's kind of fell off the radar, but it's they're still calling it a mass shooting. Not to speak ill of the dead or downplay it in any way, shape, or form, but it is no longer on the news radar. And then we had the Boulder, Colorado shooting, which is a shooting using a AR style weapon, and it is a Muslim, a Syrian-born Muslim who came over during Obama's migrant, bring them over and, give them asylum and all that other shit. Same policies that brought in Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. Thank you, Obama, for those pieces of shit. Stuff. But this guy was not a right-wing extremist. He was evidently a Trump-hating, liberal Democrat psychopath. Evidently, he was on the FBI watch list, which doesn't it seem odd that about 80 to 90% of these mass shooting guys were on a watch list? Holy shit! I mean, is it too hard to dude? You need to get off my ass. And such. Yeah, it's too hard, evidently, for the FBI to, do something about these people on their watch list. Let's just let them, continue about their life and, do evil shit. Oh, well. But, let's see. What else we got here? Well, true to form, Biden being, so proud of in the past, he had as a senator, he got an assault weapons ban way back in the day, and it was phased out because this assault weapons ban back in the day did not give any reported decrease in the number of killings. Yes, there was a small decrease in the number of killings with these assault weapons, but literally, the number of assault weapons that are used in killings and mass shootings and stuff like that is literally fractions of percentages. So it's insane that they really want to get rid of this, but it's not a safety issue per se. It is a control issue per se. So let's see. Joe Biden is like up on the stage, gleefully, oh, we gotta stop, mass shootings and blah blah blah, and the holy trinity of what they want to get rid of is, of course, the assault weapons, the high-capacity magazines. And the new of the Holy Trinity, or fairly new, is modifications. The arm braces. I guess what they're wanting to get rid of is the ability to put a brace on a handgun or something like that. Already there's a lot of restrictions on what can have arm braces and stuff like that. They want to get completely rid of them. And according to what I've been told, this shooter in Boulder had an arm brace on his weapon. Well, most ARs or AR platforms do have an arm brace. So that's kind of a standard issue to have an arm brace. It's redonkulous, but it's not necessarily a modification to the weapon. It is actually standard issue. So, but the Holy Trinity, I mean, the guy shot 10 people, I believe is the number. There was no binary trigger used or bump stock or, any modification to the trigger. According to the videos and stuff like that, literally it was a boom, 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 boom. I mean, it was not any kind of rapid fire, nothing like that. So it was literally a standard issue AR platform. The family of this guy evidently was all crazy because he's got a gun. He's a recluse. He's, this, that. So the family even, was worried about him. So the FBI had him on a watch list. The family, which the guy had an assault charge. How did he obtain a weapon or pass a background check to get a weapon? So he obtained this weapon illegally. So boom, nothing, no universal background check, no blah 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 would have stopped this man from getting this weapon. He obtained it illegally. Somehow he got past, background checks. So, blah 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 blah. Let's see. How far are we in? We are almost 8 minutes in. So we got another attack on the Second Amendment. Ninth Circuit Court's done upheld some kind of crazy ruling out of Hawaii that a former military veteran cannot carry his weapon, neither concealed or open, or should I say open or concealed. Going back to some crazy law that predates the Hawaiian annexation into the Americas, which, what the fuck's that? Why are you going back to that kind of law? Shouldn't that law have been, null and void once the Constitution was implemented into the rule of law for the area? That's neither here. That's some ridiculousness. So that's going to probably go to the Supreme Court. Wanted to touch on a little bit about the craziness of cancel culture, the Karens, and such like that. Kind of had a bit of a epiphany, I guess. Reality TV and shows like the Kardashians, the Real Housewives of wherever, and Pregnant at 16, the sensational or the sensationalized reality TV. We've got people, celebrities, or whatever you want to call them, basically being, crazy, this, that, and the other. So we've had, generations, or at least a generation, growing up watching celebrities act like total a-holes, and basically being the blueprints for Karens. And I kind of got a little thought of, there's a thing, it's been around forever, and it's that for as long as we've had, men of power, and persons of power and influence, kings, queens, whatevers, we have had persons, or these persons of influence, basically see themselves as holier than thou. We've seen them flex their power, flex their influence, and things of that nature. Queens having people, killed because the right amount of, courtesy was not bestowed upon them. Kings doing the same thing. So what we have here is empowerment. And in a world in which emasculation and things of that nature, men being degraded and emasculated because of their mandom or their manhood, being men, being strong men, creating all these beta men out there, that we've also had a rise in the alpha female. The alpha female is a woman version of a man, or a alpha male. She's strong, and she, come on, bitch! She flexes nuts. And we've got an ability now through cancel culture and through HOAs and through social media and stuff like that, for these women and beta men and men to flex nuts. And that's being canceling culture, calling out doxing, stuff like that. It is a rush. It is the rush that would normally be like in a battlefield, or you got in a fight with your neighbor and you won and stuff like that. Basically winning a fight. You're winning a fight through cancel culture, doxing, and stuff like that, without fear of getting hurt. So it's like the ultimate bullying thing. People used to get, really, really, the great thing about being a bully is once you obtain the reputation of a bully, your stature and your status was rarely ever pushed back against. a bully was always a bully until someone stood up to him. So we've got that. We got cyberbullying, which is the cancel culture and the doxing and stuff like that. It's so easy, so easy to, under the mask of your keyboard, to destroy someone's reputation or destroy somebody's business, or in the case of HOAs, and stuff like that. Oh, your grass wasn't, mowed on the second Tuesday of the month, so we're going to send you this letter. And if, you don't, get your ass in gear and every second Tuesday mow your grass, we're going to, charge you a fine, and stuff like that. Which, there you go. The HOA is the ultimate Karen bullying. We had that commercial, I think it was a progressive commercial, which that is neither here nor there, where the HOA lady, goes out with a chainsaw and cuts off their mailbox because, quote unquote, it's 2 inches too high, out of code, and the hedges were, out of code somehow, so she goes and she hacks up their hedges and cuts down their flower pots and stuff like that hanging on the eaves of their house, with no fear of rebuttal or repercussion because she's the HOA. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, got a lot of that weird shit. So it's an empowerment thing, in a world in which power, which is the root of empowerment, power. Everybody craves a small, if not large, everybody craves power. We want power over our lives. We want power over, what goes on in our life and stuff like that. This actually allows people to not only have power over their own life, but they have a power over somebody else's life, which is even better. That's tyranny. That's a king, a queen, a tyrant. Everybody loves to be a tyrant. I mean, that's kind of what business owners are in a way, shape, or form. Are you a good leader of your business? Are you fair? Do you treat your employees well? Or are you a tyrant, You can be, we've got all these shows where, the CEO and stuff like that, they're just basically tyrants over all that they survey. They feel that they are, beyond reproach, even though they're basically, assholes. So we got that rocking. And that was just a bit off the top of my head, guys. Whatever you want to call it. Power. Everybody wants power. And as such, guns are power. I teach ladies handgun. The reason why I teach ladies handgun is because of an empowerment. We have, 80-pound, 100-pound petite women out there who, when up against a big guy like myself or, the such, who wants to, cause harm, a 80, 100-pound woman is going to struggle to keep her own, to keep herself safe. But a 2-pound piece of steel is the ultimate, empowerment tool. It's the great equalizer. And people are taking these guns and they're not using them to bully people. As powerful as a weapon is, it's not a bully tool. It's not, I'm going to, push my thoughts and feelings upon you. It's basically just to keep me safe. And that is how it should be. I mean, strength is a great thing, and strength keeps you safe. What is that whole old saying, peace through superior firepower? And it's not just a firepower thing. It's being a big guy. People don't tend to attack the big guy. A big lady, they're not going to necessarily attack a big lady. They believe you have a weapon. They're not going to attack you. Firepower, in that sense of the word, in that saying, is not always just a gun or missiles, bazookas, or anything like that. It is peace through superior force. Can I produce superior force to deter someone from attacking me? That is what that means. So, all right, guys and dolls, I'm at 21 minutes. Been a little bit of a ramble, but hey, I hope you get a little something out of this. Stay armed, stay frosty, and I'll catch you on the flip side.